Hey, what's good? This is Camyljah. Yeah, this is my first video, so welcome. Thank you for watching. If you look around, we're in my studio. It's a little junky right now. Got some stuff I'm working on, so we'll keep you posted on that. But really, this video isn't so much about my artwork. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit and keep you informed on what a change in my meditation and rituals, my personal rituals I have for my life, what that's done for me, and some of the revelations, so to speak, that I've been given on how to realign my life and how to activate the things I've been trying to manifest that have been manifested, but they're sitting there in the ether, and you have to move it from a spiritual space to a physical space. So it's just a regular update, and take from it what you will. I think a lot of it would be helpful to a lot of people, especially a lot of creatives that I know. Anybody that's trying to really maximize their wealth and maximize their impact on the world in this lifetime. We have huge dreams, great ideas, no real place to implement it. So you have to create that. You have to create the place to implement it. You have to create the market. You have to carve out that space in the universe. So we'll talk about it. Probably going to be a lot of information inside this first video. But I want to just kind of pour out, and if it resonates with you, if you hear it and you go, yeah, then use it, and if not, keep it moving. As always, with anything that I post, like, comment, share it, please. Move it around, retweet it, whatever. Because if it doesn't resonate for you like that, doesn't mean it won't do that for somebody else. So just be aware. And before I get started, shouts to my brother Chris with See the Vision from my t-shirt, my sweatshirt. I love it already. It's extra large, super stupid comfortable, and you gotta rep the See the Vision. Alright, but let's get into this video. So let's see, where do I start? I think I can start at 2015. 2015 was a huge year for me. And I don't know how life has been for you guys, but I'll say for me, there have been some pretty intense years that have completely changed and overhauled the way that I think about life, the way that I relate to people, the way that I think about my relationships, my friends, my family, my career path, my desires in this world, outside of this world, whatever. And it regularly has been changing. It's regularly changing. But during these time periods, I found some extremely huge changes. One second. Oh, best friend. Best friend? Hey, baby. Oh, baby. Are you off? Okay. I'm trying to shoot a video right quick, and you're in my video. Say hi. Huh? Yeah. Say hey. She said hey. Okay. Bye. Alright. So, 2015 was like one of those years for me. 2015 would mark the 10-year date and my father passed. If any of y'all know me, y'all know my dad died when I was on my 15th birthday. And so when I turned 25, that was like a turnaround for that. It had been an entire decade. And just saying that at that time was huge. It's been a decade, it's been 10 years. Um, so it started to really move some things for me. Some karmic cycles that had been put into place then started to end. But more than that, once again, I found myself having another, what felt like another dark night of the soul. It was actually an awakening for me. I found myself really digging into some very metaphysical practices, questions, um, existential crisis, paranoia, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts and tendencies. It was um, it was very intense. Um, but what was happening was that I was starting to release a mode of thinking that was supported by what we've been conditioned to believe, and moving towards a mode of thinking that situates me in a place of power and not constantly afraid of scarcity. If any of y'all know anything about this life, you know that everything that we know thrives on fear. Everything that we have thrives on fear. Every advertising, every every policy and politics, every our wealth, our money, um, every system that's been put in place and every institution that's been put in place is built on and is sustained by fear, and it needs power. It needs power in order for it to thrive, because you know it has to feel better about its own helplessness and its own misidentity. Um, so the more you feel bad about yourself, the more products you'll buy, the more you'll go to work, because you identify your worth by how much you work for somebody else. Um, the more money you'll spend, the more money you'll spend. You'll vote for policies that push people away, or that marginalize people, or that harm certain people, because you're afraid that if you don't, what's going to be left for you, or what's going to be done for you, or what's going to happen to you and your family. So that that implementation of fear and everything that we know is intentional, but it's the only way that's going to keep you under control. And during 2015, I decided that I didn't want to be a part of that system. That I was going to move away from the run of the norm and serving, and move into creating and manifesting my own destiny, and determining what's going to be my life, what my life is going to look like. So moving all the way forward to now, there are certain practices that have been working for me. I started following different people, having different conversations or whatever. Once you change your mind about where you are, things will start lining up for you. It's not like you have to go reach out and find it. That's how the universe works. The universe literally responds to whatever it is that you're thinking about. So if you find yourself thinking about different things, those are the things that you're going to see. I remember in high school, I would get a haircut, and I loved it. And suddenly everybody had their haircut. And it wasn't just, in my small circle. I'm talking about, celebrities. It became crazy. If I ate something and I loved, there was a whole marketing campaign that was attached to it. It's intentional. It moves there. In 20, not gonna try to remember. It's 2012, but a couple years ago, I read the book The Secret. I don't know if you read it, but it touches on that, and it touches on the magnetism of your thoughts. That anytime you think something, it literally goes out, and you align yourself with all things that are on the same wave as what it is that you're thinking. So if you're thinking about something, you're aligning yourself to attract those circumstances. Okay, imagine thoughts like energy, right? And let's pretend, okay, it's not something that's proven, but just pretend that your thoughts have mass, and all things with mass have gravity. Well, if your thoughts have mass and all things with mass have gravity, then everything that you think has a gravitational pull towards something else, and those things are going to attach towards each other. Okay, it's like any other two bodies with mass. That's just how it operates, and whatever the science that goes into it is very very quantum physics oriented, and you know I acknowledge and completely release that I don't know everything about science, but I know it works. So more specifically in this video, I was talking about wealth and how you align yourself with it. The first thing that you absolutely have to do is release all concepts of fear. You have to. As soon as you align yourself with fear, you're going to align yourself with scarcity. You're going to align yourself with not having enough, and you're going to constantly reproduce cycles and circumstances that reaffirm the things that you believe. And if you believe that you don't have enough, you're going to align yourself with circumstances that believe these things. But as soon as you let go of the fear that you have, yes, baby. Yes, baby. Come on, babe. Come on.
The movie stopped.
Movie stop. So what happens now?
Take it now.
Okay. Can you get the remote?
Yes. Mom, do it.
No. Hey.
Hey. The black one or the gray?
The small black one. Up there at the top, there's a button. It's red. It has a circle on it with a line through it. You see it?
Here.
Right here. Press that button and go turn the TV off. And go take a nap. And that baby. Press that button in there in front of the TV and turn the TV off. And that. Bye. She's so sweet. Thank you, ma'am. Come give me a kiss. Love you.
Love you too.
Good night. Can you close the door?
Okay.
Appreciation. Appreciation. Okay. Well, whenever you think something, you're going to realign yourself with things that reaffirm that. So if you think that you don't have enough, of course, you're going to attract circumstances that say and reaffirm that you don't have enough. So you have to deal with your fear. Deal with your fear of not having enough. Okay? The first thing you can do is empower yourself to know and understand that if you believe in any type of higher power, or if you don't, this world is made so that you can have enough. It's made to grow and to thrive. That's why we are here. That's why we exist. We exist on this particular planet so that we can have enough. And I know that there are situations that are happening outside of us that are cutting that, that are demonstrating our idea of not having enough, because it's manifesting a world where we won't. But as soon as we get to that point, as a humanity, we will be able to restore that type of balance. And I know that, and I believe that. But as for you, anybody watching this video, deal with your fear. Anything that's out there is yours already. Your spirit and your body is literally a vehicle for your spirit to exist. And so because you are not bound by physical law when it comes to the things that you think. If you can think it, because it's not bound to physical down here. Your thoughts are a spiritual manifestation inside of your body. So your thoughts can be then created on one level or another. You can do it. Anything can. Including having wealth, including having enough. So change it. Just decide that it's not hard. It's just having to confront any thoughts and beliefs, any programming, any relationships, any past trauma that have caused you to believe these things and are constantly reaffirming those things. Change it. Just realign. All right? Deal with it. Accept it. Accept that it was so at one point and that it's no longer true. Okay? And you can't beat yourself into submission. So you can't, be insecure yourself into submission. You can't, argue yourself into submission. You have to accept and accept and accept and love yourself. Yes, this is how I feel. I understand this is how I feel. I accept that this is what I've believed. I accept that this is the life that I've manifested for myself, and I'm choosing something different. Just like that. And as you move through life, you're going to have to constantly address the thoughts and conversations that you're having that don't align with that. Every time you say something, every time I say, "Oh, I'm so broke," I immediately have to go, "No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not. You don't want to. You're choosing not to spend any money right now, or this isn't something that you want to pay for. This isn't something that I want to invest in." Take yourself out of a seat of lack and put yourself in a position of power that says, "I have plenty and I'm making choices." Saying that you're making choices gives you your power back and away from the energy that you're producing, because money is an energy that we produce. It's energy. It's neutral. It doesn't have any power over you. You are attracting it and you can release it. So as soon as you release that power that you keep giving over to it, it doesn't have any. Okay, so that's first. Then you're going to realign your thoughts. You're going to realign your patterns. And then you're going to start realigning your friendships and your relationships with people, because you're going to find that you'll have friends and family members and coworkers that you take time with that constantly reaffirm those beliefs, those conscious beliefs that you don't have enough. And after a while, they're going to start to bother you, because why do I keep entertaining this if this isn't what I want? And you're going to try to teach them. And if they don't receive it, you have to let them go. That's it. Every person on this earth has autonomy, and you can't make somebody anything. You can't. And if they are not in alignment with the things that you want and the things that you are manifesting for your life, then they are not for you. Are they bad? I don't believe in it. Are they for you? No. Okay. So you're deciding. Because I know we've had enough. We've had enough of our friends, our parents, and our grandparents that have always told us, birds of a feather. It's true. It's so. You're producing the friendships based on the core values and beliefs that you hold. And as soon as you make those connections, you guys are resonating on that frequency. That is what that relationship is about. It's about whatever common ground, commonality that you've found. And as soon as you find yourself outgrowing that, you have to make the decision to move forward. And you can do so with love, because it's not going to deteriorate into discord, because you're making a decision to do something different based on what your needs and your beliefs and your your trajectory of your life is now. So you realign. Okay. Then you're going to start making conscious decisions to decide what it is that you want. It's just one thing to acknowledge that money is immaterial. It's just energy. It's out there, and you deserve it because it's out there. Right? Everything on this planet is for us. If you believe, if you're Christian, if you believe in that, if I believe in the principles that the Bible speaks of, for the most part, because they're based on very, very old and very true esoteric values. The earth is yours. All of it is created for us, right? And if you believe that you are the person that is manifesting your own reality, then you know that anything on this planet that is made of material, that is made of mass, that is physical, it is a part of you. You can control it. You can move it. You can send it. You can receive it. It flows through you. Right? So that's something that has to change first. Before you can ever really manifest anything, you have to change your mindset about things. You have to. And that doesn't only apply to money. You know, that also applies to friendships and relationships and creating networks and network that you want. That also applies to everything. literally any and everything. It all comes down to what it is that you want and how you are going to manifest it. Is one, by getting rid of fear and facing those fears, and two, realigning yourself to understand that there is no such thing as lack. There is no such thing as scarcity. These things are all just illusions placed on us to believe them, so that we never get ourselves into having plenty. So, just something to think about. For any of y'all that are really into moon and rituals, you have your super moon right now. The moon is in Gemini, and we're having a full moon. So, what I do, and this is just again to give y'all some ideas. It's up to you, but I write down the things that I intend to release on a piece of paper, and I have a candle in my bathroom that I have consecrated and decided this is what it's for. Devoted this candle to my rituals, and burn. I write down the things that I want to release in complete statements, and I make sure that I include that I'm releasing these things on all levels of reality, because as we know, this earth is just our reality, our physical reality is just a piece of the puzzle. Okay? It's just a piece of what it is that we're experiencing. Anything that happens outside of the physical also has properties of its own that we can't see with our physical eyes. That's where discernment comes from, right? So if you know what your intuition looks like, it's not a physical thing. These things exist right outside of our physical bound and our physical reality, right? So anytime that you release things, you can't just release it on a physical plane. You have to say that you're releasing it on all realms and all planes, and then anything that could inhibit or restrict this energy from being released from you. You have to make sure to include that, and make sure that you're including that you want these things to be released in accordance to your highest good. I have to give a good shout to Mystic Lipstick. I don't know if any of y'all follow her on Twitter, but that's where I got the ritual from initially. But over time, I started to make it very specific to me. And again, if y'all are into astrology, you can look into what the sign is, or the constellation that the moon is in, and then be specific about the things that you're trying to release, so that they are in accordance with whatever that constellation is. Now, if that's way too much for you, if that's over your head, or if you don't put that much stock into astrology, that's fine. Releasing anything on a full moon is healthy. So, however you choose to do that is up to you. The ritual in burning is a symbolic ritual for me, but also symbolism. It digs really deep whenever you're talking about using the elements. Okay, so if you're using the basic elements that this world was built on, then it takes on a whole nother property. You can really dig into it on your own. So do some research, guys. But that one really works for me. Also, I like to make sure that I devote time to just sit and stay in meditation. What does meditation mean? Some of us, I would like to say that some of us call it prayer, but I like to be careful about that, because I don't like to use prayer as a petition. I like to use my meditation as a petition for anything. That's not what it's for me. Meditation is a time for me specifically to sit with my thoughts and quiet them and listen to my intuition, my highest self, my whatever you want to call it, my angels, my spirit guides, God's voice, whatever it is for you. All of these things are the same thing to me. So for me, I like to quiet myself and listen, and not ask for everything all the time. Because it's during these meditations that I get some very interesting revelations. Now, of course, some of the things that have been revealed to me are very complex for me to explain, and I'll do a better job of that over time. I'm going to give this some practice and really devote time to not just understanding what it was that I've been given, because it's really easy for me to understand it and just place it inside of me in the ways that is applicable, but to be able to explain it in a non-biased and a filter-free kind of way, so that it doesn't specifically apply to me and my situation, but to be able to reach that thing out to other people, and you take it however you need it. It's not exactly easy for me yet. So I'm working on it. And I'll be able to do that. So right now I'm in the process of really growing not just my art business, but several businesses. So I want to thank you, Bank of Billionaires, the Sip and Swap event. It was wonderful. We had a great time, great vibe, great energy. I'll be posting some of the people that came out to Iconz on Washington. It was great. Was on Washington? I don't think that's on. Is that Washington? Yes. I'll find out. My brain, guys, tired to my head. I'm hard, but the people that came out to Iconz, I'll be posting your business cards and your contact information, of course, links to any of your social sites. If you have websites, stuff like that, I'll be posting that all today to make sure that everybody on my timeline, everybody that's friends with me, will be able to reach out to you. I have some work and some products that I need to be reviewing really soon from a couple of people, and I was about to start calling names. I'm not calling any names right now because I don't have all your information sitting here on my desk, but I'll be able to reach out and let you guys know how these products were, how these business owners are when it comes to their business, because I know they're awesome. I met some really great people, great energy, and I'm excited for what we're doing in Albany. But also, I'm excited to really start venturing out and seeing what my talent and what my time looks like in other places. So keep on the lookout. Got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm really excited about it. So thank you again for tuning in. If you have any questions, please like, comment, do your thing. I'll be here to respond, and we can keep this conversation going. Be blessed.